Sand eels. Look at them coming up under the boat.
Is that what those are?
Yeah, they're coming up to get protected to the boat. That's why these smaller eels work better. Alright guys, this is a really cool shot. We just stopped the boat here. We were drifting for just a few seconds. You can see this school of bait, and you can clearly see individual baits swimming up under the boat here for protection. Any kind of flotsam that's floating out here, they'll gravitate to. We're in a big wide open area. So you can really see how they were hanging in that school. We drifted over, and one at a time they're coming up. These are sand eels. We're actually marking individual sand eels with that chirp transducer. 275 low, high, wide. Separation is just nuts. I mean, individual sand eels is pretty wicked, man. I can't see it, so I'm guessing yes.
Me either. I guess it's got to be. How do those big striper normally hit? Is that they going to pull some good drag off?
These
really slow.
You'll be slow, kind of like a catfish. It'll go just like that.
Then you just reel down.
Yeah, you just crank down until you bent down to the backbone. These really big ones, dude. With these soft tips, there's a while before they know they're even hooked, man.
Probably gonna load up pretty big.
Yeah.
Rod.
Yeah.
Soft rod. That price, I call it 50 pounder.
I'll tell you right now, a 50 pounder looks so huge.
I can't even imagine a 50 pound striper.
If you see a 50 pounder hit the deck, you swear it's 100 pounds. Here we go. Nice. Nice. Play him easy, buddy. That's a good one. Okay. Now, John, I need you to come back here and clear these, because this is a mama jama. Hand that to Kyle. He can reel that in. Come on back and clear this one right here, John.
This is a big fish.
Clear that one?
This one right here. This one.
All right, I'm going to do is I'm going to keep him on this side of the boat now, since we got this side cleared.
Okay.
Okay. John, reel this one in as fast as you can. On him? You got him?
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is a monster.
High rod, John, high rod. That's it. Keep him up right where it is.
This is a monster right here.
This is how they fight, just like you hooked a cow. This is Zakk Royce, the catfish killer, in person. He was Team Old School Crew before he ever broke a catfish record.
That's right.
Alright, let me move this net out of your way. Okay, got my youngest son and his buddy clearing lines like crazy. Okay. Alright, John, that looks good. Everything is cleared nicely. If you can put that net together. Now, Zakk, I want to put us in a gentle right-hand turn.
Okay.
So that fish stays on this side and doesn't come on these three boards. We have three lines out here that we want to stay clear of. So So if I make a gentle right-hand turn with the trolling motor, I can keep that fish right on this back corner, just like we want. Yeah, just don't use the extension. All right. What you notice is Zakk is keeping that rod super high, like absurdly high, and he's up on the deck. The reason for that is that big fish always go to the surface. They always do it. They run far and they stay at the top. And he's got to keep as much line over the top of this fish as possible, because that line will cross its gill plate. I use a little lighter leaders to start off the year. These are a little bit lighter than we normally do. We do 40, 50, 60, but here I'm using 30 and 25 today. So we got to keep the leader off the side, the back of that fish and off that gill plate.
He's not happy.
Nah,
not happy.
Nah.
He got closer to the boat.
And we have no structure out here, and so, you know, we don't have a ton of drag on this fish, just enough to keep it bent to the backbone. He's taking a little drag off. It's smart. Fish is close. I always say it all the time. When the fish is close, we lose our stretch.
This is true.
If the fish is lost, it's lost close to the boat when our stretch is gone. So we always back it off a touch. If we had structure here, if we had other boats around, if we were shallow, we would use a lot more drag. And believe me, these rods and reels can handle it. But right now we're just working the fish back to the boat, and we got that rod bent down into the backbone. You can see the backbone, the center of the rod is bent, so he's not playing it easy on this fish. He's got a good amount of tension on it. I want to see your face when you see it. That's the most fun part. Ooh. The catfish killer! Sorry if I'm a little goofy. We've been busting our tails today to get one bite.
Are you sure this is not a 100-pound catfish? Last time I felt something like this was about a 100-pound catfish.
John, come stand right here. You remember? Always net head first, right? And once you decide to get them, you made up your mind, get them hard. So I just basically made a almost a complete circle just to keep the fish right here. I don't want him to get in these remaining lines. We're leaving the remaining lines out because we still want to try to catch another fish. I barely had the trolling motor moving at all. It's only set on maybe one or two. It's just enough to maneuver and keep that fish where we want him.
This is one mean fish, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a workout on these new rods, man. Prototype Striper Stealth rods.
I'm liking the action.
Which action is that? Don't even look. Don't even look. Don't even mess around. Stay on point, brother. See how Zakk is nice and high? Man, that is so important. No pumps. He's not dropping the rod to pump. And that rod is bent down to the
That thing's
guts.
bent. That's got some weight, man.
It's bent to the guts.
I can feel the weight. I mean, it's serious.
Yeah, he's definitely saw that boat and said, no, I don't think so.
Like you said, you don't have that stretch, you know, when you get right here, it kind of makes you nervous.
That's right. Very important.
That low gear really helps, so I can.
Okay. I didn't know the other line. That's okay. As long as the other line is loose. We can find the net rod now. That's so ridiculous.
What do you think this might be? I mean, size-wise,
I mean, it's over 40. That's guaranteed. But it could be 41. It could be 71. I mean, they're just so big. I know it's a 40 though. At least.
it's blowing my mind. I was like, all right, it's got to give up, right? get them to you, John.
Look at the bend in her rod. He's large.
That's a big fish.
Yeah. Nice bend, it's through the backbone. She's just tick, 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 going down. Bent through the backbone.
Oh,
Zach, you gotta start lifting them heavy weights again, bro.
man, I tell you what. I'm trying to hurt me.
This is absurd.
My back is actually sore from fighting this fish.
Got his knees on the gunnel. This is what we were praying for all day.
Yeah.
You got it. Coming at you?
Yes, from that toe.
Pay attention where you hit the net, Johnny. You get it stuck in a rod holder, it's gonna happen.
It's close, man. It's close. Under the boat. Right here. Right there.
He wasn't able to run that time. Back it off, back it off. Don't straighten the rod though. Back it off and keep it. Yeah.
Get the rod there. It's
Yeah.
in the water.
That's a big fish. Crank down to it. Get him, John. Lift, lift, lift. Yay!
Oh my God, man! Thank you. Sorry, man.
That's every bit of 50 pounds.
Congrats.
That's a 50-pound fish.
That's by far my biggest striper ever. That's a giant.
Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
What a fight.
What a fight is right. Boom! That is a giant striped bass. We didn't spend a lot of time weighing it. I don't want to hang it on a boat grip very long, but we did hang it for a second. It's right between 49 to 50 pounds. It is a fat, 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 healthy fish. Zach, what have you done, son?
I don't know, man. I wasn't expecting this. Just like this?
That's it. We're gonna grab her with the grip and also support her belly when you lift.
Okay.
And we're gonna use the grip to revive this fish. So he's got a hand, doing the best he can. It's just a very big fish. Okay. All right, without losing the grip.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Oh, yeah,
kicks
she's
every
kicking.
time I grab her mouth, she kicks.
All right. You can see we're using the grip just to pull this fish along. We're not going forward and back. It really isn't good to move the fish forward and back. I know that when you're sitting in still water, you want to do something to help the fish, so you feel that you should probably move it forward and back. But those filaments there, those red filaments, are extremely gentle. They're extremely sensitive. They're not very strong. I am not a marine biologist, but I have been fishing over 40 years, and I'd like to really look this stuff up online and try to get as much knowledge as I can. And the gills are really not meant to go backwards, so the best thing you can do is just pump the motor in and out of gear. We're not moving even 1 mile an hour.
She's starting to swim.
She's swimming really good. It's been probably a solid, I don't know, 8 minutes total with her in the water.
She's swimming now.
We're gonna give her even a couple more because we do have lots of current. This is salt water, and we don't want the current to be stronger than she is. She was one strong fighting fish.
That was an unbelievable fight.
She was a heavyweight. It's like mid-December right now, and you know, I just urge you guys to, you know, consider letting these big fish go. You know, if you catch them legally and keep them legally, go for it. I will never tell anyone not to keep a fish they worked for and they caught. But I do ask you to just please consider letting them go. I think it's just better for all of us if we do that. This fish may release millions of eggs in one spawn, where a 10-pound fish is nowhere near that, you know. And as long as we take enough time here to revive her, she should survive. She was not gut hooked, and we're in salt water. The survival rate is very high in salt water. That's probably 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's been
total.
It's been about 10 minutes in the water.
All right. You use your judgment, Zach. Just let me know before you do it.
Okay. I'm gonna let her just get swimming again. Here in a second, I'll let her go.
Zakk Royce, the catfish killer. That was a heck of a fight, man.
It was.
How do you go back to catfish, bro?
I'm gonna have to find some bigger catfish, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Because you ain't stopping, I know that. Give her more than she needs, you know, but if you feel her head trying to pull away, you know, that's a good sign.
Maybe even 30. Usually they don't take this long. Usually they start kicking after 3 or 4 minutes. To the left, John. I'm hoping you can get it out. Right? Remember, but not yet. Give it 30 seconds and then pull towards me, so I want to talk to you, okay? Yeah? Alright, count it from now.
I think she's gonna be ready to go.
Girl, right
She
down.
goes right on back down. That
Good
makes
job,
it even
brother.
better, man.
Congratulations, Zach. That's a beautiful fish. That's a lifetime fish, buddy.
It is. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job all around, man. That took a whole mess of us.
That was a team effort there.
It took a whole mess of us to try to mess that one up.